This is really a big night for you, isn't it, Mr. Benny?
Sure is.
Are you nervous?
No, but I must say this is quite a tribute for a fiddler like me. Imagine the people on this program. I mean, there's Isaac Stern, Van Cliburn, Roberta Peters, Benny Goodman and his sextet, Eugene Ormandy and the Philadelphia Orchestra. Gosh. Hey, you want to know something? You know, I didn't always play the violin.
Oh?
Oh, I used to play the fife.
Did it? Oh, yes. I've seen pictures of you playing the fife.
You have?
Yes, there were 3 of you. One guy had a flag, and there was a little boy playing a drum.
That was another trio.
1 minute, Mr. Benny. 1 minute.
Coming.
You sure you aren't nervous, Mr. Benny?
No, look it, I've been around too long to get nervous. Well, that's it.
Good luck, Mr. Benny.
I forgot something.
The first half brought to you by the kitchens of Sara Lee, bakers of America's best loved cakes, and the new Sara Lee apple and spice cake. But first, a true story about the famous little Sara Lee baker.
This is the true story of a little baker who wanted to bake the very best cakes. He loved good cakes, so naturally he wanted to use the very best ingredients. His boss said, "Don't put such good stuff in. No one can tell the difference." But he could tell the difference, and he knew others could too. So off he went and built his own bakery. The Kitchens of Sara Lee, named for his little daughter. Now he went shopping. He bought farm fresh eggs, rich whole milk, grade AA creamery butter, the very best of everything. Then he went to work. And there it was, the most fabulous coffee cake ever. Sara Lee all butter pecan coffee cake. And it was so good, he ate it all up. But he made more like it, and a wonderful cinnamon nut coffee cake, too. Soon, people everywhere heard about his coffee cakes, and his bakery grew and grew and grew. Today, every Sara Lee cake is still baked with the same loving care. And you can find them right now at your grocer's, completely baked, ready to serve and enjoy.
Welcome to Carnegie Hall. Join this distinguished audience gathered here to see some of America's most illustrious performers pay tribute to this beloved building and to salute Jack Benny. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eugene Ormandy and the Philadelphia Orchestra playing the Colas Grognon Overture by Kabalevsky.
Ladies and gentlemen, you doubtless remember that a little over a year ago, Carnegie Hall was condemned for demolition. Through the foresight and enthusiasm of Isaac Stern, one of the world's greatest violinists, and several of his colleagues, Carnegie Hall was saved. It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce to you the president of Carnegie Hall, who is, however, much better known to you as Isaac Stern, one of the great violinists, who is going to play the Scherzando movement from Lalo's Sinfonia Española.
To continue this tribute, we reach into our rich musical heritage of jazz. Carnegie has been host to some brilliant concerts in this unique, peculiarly American form of vitality in music. And who could represent that more beautifully and more strongly than the beloved and respected King of Swing himself, ladies and gentlemen, Benny Goodman and his sextet.
Now, the famous little Sara Lee baker introduces his newest Sara Lee cake.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great moment at the kitchens of Sara Lee. The little Sara Lee baker is about to present his new Sara Lee Apple and Spice Cake. There's never been a cake like this before. The secret of its wonderful flavor is in the ingredients. The flavor of orchard fresh apples skillfully blended with imported spices and plenty of grade AA creamery butter. Apple and spice cake. Mmm. And wait till you taste that toasted hazelnut icing, the most fabulous frosting a cake ever had. That's why the little baker says, oh, there he is. Well, you won't be able to resist Sara Lee cake either. You'll find Sara Lee cakes featured now at your favorite grocers, completely baked, ready to serve and enjoy.
And now I take great pleasure in presenting a beautiful lady, a beautiful singer, and a superb artist singing the aria Cara Nomi from Verdi's Rigoletto, Miss Roberta Peters.
1961 is not only the 70th anniversary of Carnegie Hall, it is the centennial for the year for the greatest American composer, Edward MacDowell. The final movement of his second piano concerto will be played tonight by a brilliant young pianist who has won a unique place in the hearts of all Americans, Mr. Van Cliburn.
And now, a lilting limerick about Sara Lee and the new apple and spice cake.
A sweet southern belle named Dinah won every cake prize in Carolina till she tried Sara Lee and cried,
"Oh, mercy me! These cakes are much finer than mine are."
finer indeed. And wait till you try the new Sara Lee apple and spice cake at your grocer's now, completely baked and iced, ready to serve and enjoy.
Half of Carnegie Hall salutes Jack Benny, brought to you by
Motorola, a new leader in the lively art of electronics. What if cars had radios? In 1930, Paul Galvin asked and found the answer. The first Motorola car radio. The beginning of Motorola leadership. To the questions endlessly beginning with what if, Motorola found answers, grew, led the field in FM two-way radio. World War II, and Motorola's handy talkie radio was up front. After the war, Motorola was first with a popular priced television set. Remember? Motorola scientists in Phoenix helped develop the famed Mesa transistor. Just one of many Motorola contributions to major American space projects. Making the unknown known. And Motorola introduced new ideas in stereo hi-fi, reproducing the original works of art. Big screen television in an old transistor portable you didn't need to plug in. The short pocket radio, and fine Motorola television housed in cabinets designed by Drexel. The shape of things to come. Motorola molecular electronics, magnified to be seen, but so fantastic in their function, they will revolutionize the world we live in and bring us closer to the stars. Motorola, new leader in the lively art of electronics.
And now to continue our concert, ladies and gentlemen. The first movement of the Bach Concerto for two violins in D minor. Our soloists, Mr. Jack Benny and Mr. Isaac Stern.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is a joyous evening for us, for Carnegie Hall, for all of you around the country, for whom this means so much too, this hall. And it's a joy too because tonight we're honoring a really remarkable man, one of the truly beloved comedians of our century, a violinist, albeit a remarkable, not a peculiar violinist, but a violinist, and a tireless fundraiser for the symphony orchestras of the United States. And one more thing, Jack. All of us as musicians want you to know how we feel about your attitude towards music. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a man who in his comedy, at any time, has never made fun of music, only of himself. And for this, we thank him. And to commemorate this evening, not only the performance, the concert, but also his acceptance as an artist, we have this plaque. I read a few lines from it. Carnegie Hall, on behalf of all the orchestras throughout the country that you have so marvelously helped, we present this plaque to you, Jack Benny, with affection and esteem for your dedicated and untiring efforts in the cause of good music and the welfare and dignity of the working musician. In raising over $2 million, not only for charitable causes, but for the funds of the orchestras themselves, we here now say, throughout the country and publicly, thank you, Jack Benny.
You know, when anybody gets an introduction like that, he usually stands up and says that I do not deserve this tribute. It reminded me once Jessel introduced somebody in Baltimore, a man, a businessman, not even a comedian. He got up, and Jessel had used some superlative adjectives in introducing him, you know, said what a wonderful, how great he was, what a wonderful man, charitable. This fella got up and he said, I really don't deserve those kind words. He said, but I've got arthritis and I don't deserve that either. But I actually, ladies and gentlemen, do not deserve this plaque tonight because at each one of these concerts that I have given, perhaps 22 or 23, I've given them all with a selfish motive. And the selfish motive is that I love to play the violin. You know, I actually do. Why it does anybody else any good, I'll never know, you know? But I really love if I weren't playing here in Carnegie Hall tonight, I would just as soon go outside and play on the corner of 57th and 7th Avenue. I assure you I'd make more money than I made in here this evening. And of course, giving these concerts under the cloak of charity, you see, permits me to play the violin, and these musicians are forced to accompany me. These good ones. But I must tell you about my friend Isaac here, who is probably the closest friend I have in the field of music, so close that he insults me quite often. You know what he said to me? You won't believe this. He asked me one day, he said, Jack, would you please, he says, how would you like to give a concert in San Francisco? where the orchestra needs the money badly. So I says to him, well, Isaac, San Francisco's your hometown. Why don't you give the concert? He says, Jack, fellas like us can only get $5.50 a ticket. You got to be pretty bad to get $100 for this. And I actually do. You know, I give concerts, we get $100 a ticket. Now, let me tell you how they arrange those seats. The $5 seats are in front, right here. Then they have a little further back, the $25 seats, and about the middle house, the $50, and way in back, the last 5 rows are $100 a ticket. Now, if you'll pay $200 a ticket, you don't have to come in at all. Those are the tickets they fight for. Those, you'll be surprised. Make a fortune out of those. And, you know, actually, with these, I've been referred to as the Van Gogh of the violinists. Because not long ago, I gave a concert in Dallas with the Dallas Symphony, and a woman got up. In the middle, I was playing Mendelssohn. She got right up and she said, my God, he's lost his ear. You know, and this thing, and it couldn't have meant anything else that I know of, you know? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really very, very grateful this evening. I want to thank Mr. Stern, who made all of this possible. I also want to thank this wonderful Philadelphia orchestra and Mr. Ormandy for appearing with us. All of the great artists who appeared on the stage tonight, and everybody associated with this affair for giving me or paying me the finest compliment that I believe I've ever received in my life. Thank you very much.